My name is Mitch and I draw Blood Force, and we're back with more Blood Force. But first, we'll get to everybody's favorite part, the shilling. Let's get to it.
So what is Blood Force? This is Blood Force. Blood Force is a celebration / send-up of 90s extreme comics. It's itself a comic book. It's drawn by me and also written by me. It's all me. I'm to blame for this. So you may be asking yourself, how do I go about reading Blood Force? And the answer is you open up the description to this video. In there you'll find a link to my Patreon. Subscribe there. That will give you access to all of the Blood Force pages. It'll also give you access to all the process stuff. I usually include stuff like just pencils lying out there. You'll get all the videos. You'll also get some pre-Blood Force stuff. All this just for $3 American. It's an absolute steal. And of course, the more subscribers we get, the closer we get to the goal of publishing Blood Force. But that's a ways off. First thing we got to do, baby steps, is we need subscribers first. So subscribe today, read some Blood Force comics, help get Blood Force out on those shelves. And this certainly sounded like I had a third thing to say, but I don't.
All right, so here we are with page 12 of issue 2. And this is one of the shorter pages, like in terms of length of time for actually drawing it. Yeah, this did not take me very long at all. I mean, part of the reason is, I did manage to forget to record for a little bit. Not too long though. You'll definitely see where it was though. It was a bit of a money shot, unfortunately. And so this is continuing the interrogation of Popo at the hands of the clerk captain. His name is Captain. And so, yeah, we're going to get some close-ups, and this is, we're making the captain look super, monstery, very, very kind of like a dragon-looking character. And that will not really match up with his dialogue whatsoever. Because he's trying to be super diplomatic at first. Because that should really be how things should start at least. If we're going to get violent, it should be because of a breakdown of negotiations. And Popo is going to be able to provide us with that breakdown. As Popo, is bound to do. So we're starting out here with this is just the usual layout kind of thing, but I had a pretty good idea of how I wanted this page to go. And this panel in particular, I didn't actually look at a Jim Lee reference. Which, I mean, here it's fairly obvious. Although it does get fixed up so it looks a bit more Jim Lee-ish. Yeah, still not quite there. The teeth aren't right. The eyes aren't 100% right. The nose isn't right. Kind of close, but not quite. That's okay. Looks pretty good inked. Got a little nut with the hair there on Popo. I forgot about that. That didn't get to the ink part. Yeah, but see, there we go. It should be all fixed up now, I think. Yeah. So this is got to be one of those too much script for the page kind of pages. I do these every once in a while. This one was on purpose. Like, this is the clerk's dialogue here that I'm lettering at the moment. He gets so much fucking screen time here. So that's something, But, yeah, he's going over there with the flowery script, trying to be, like I know we look like monsters, but really we're super nice guys, and we're all very learned, and we'd like to bribe you if we could. Can't we bribe you? That would be super. And Popo is just too dumb to get the hint. All he cares about is that somebody has his wallet, which makes them muggers. And he's not having any truck with muggers. And you'll note here that I had a bit too much lettering for these panels, really. It would be really kind of cramping all of the drawing in around them. So I do end up sort of shrinking everything down or shifting it over or something like that. Oh my God, so much lettering. I knew this was going to be a problem when I wrote it too. But it's like, it's going to be funny though. It's like, well, yeah, to you. At the time you're writing this, it won't be funny when you're fucking lettering it. That's still kind of funny. I don't know. And this page there was a whole bunch of brushings going on this page. My brush pen is my good pen, the Gazin Feud, is all dried up. So I'm stuck with these Pigma brush pens, which just are not up to snuff. These might be some of the pens that accidentally got left out in the rain for a while. I'm not for sure. There were a few of those because they're drying up almost immediately, and I needed to find a good approximation. It's like, well, why don't you try an actual brush? And man, that lettering took up an awful lot of space, didn't it? And then with Popo, you get, yeah. I'm doing the squared off balloons for the cleric here, and then Popo gets a regular one here. And then, yeah, just shrinking this guy's head up a bit so that he can fit in the panel a little bit better. Doesn't look too bad. And he's got his third eye in his forehead there. I thought it'd be kind of funny if that was the eye that was that had a scar on it. You don't usually see that, or at least I don't. That's some pretty good looking stuff. Made the eyes a little bit smaller here, yeah. And again, making him super demonic, but then his dialogue is extremely conciliatory, where he's almost like falling over himself, apologizing for the conditions that he's stuck in. It's like, but you wouldn't stop killing my scientists, so I kind of had to string you up here like a prize pig. And of course, he looks like a supervillain. So I don't know. It kind of adds to the funniness, I think. This stuff all looks all right though. It feels like most of this video, yeah, like half of this video is just going to be the pencils and the lettering. The lettering did take up a lot of space. I guess, yeah, it did kind of cut down on the amount of time I spent on the page. Here we go. So just got to give everybody really flowery speeches going forward. I'm sure that'll make everybody want to read this thing. And just back him off a little bit from the panels here, the word balloons. Didn't want him cramping him up too much. Give him a little bit of drool. Just again to contrast against his extremely diplomatic speech that he's giving here. And yeah, this stuff almost doesn't need to be penciled. The muscles here. It's like, yeah, I don't need help with this. I'll be able to figure this out fine. And started out with Micron for the face here. Actually, yeah, no, all the small details, yes. Those still get the Micron Pigma. I'm not going to trust myself with a brush around that stuff just yet. Maybe eventually, but probably not. But yeah, I'm sure there are several Jim Lee Wolverine shots that look a little similar to this one at least. Yeah, here we go. And I don't know, the brush seems to be super fast. Again, maybe it's just because I'm putting a lot of black in under it too. No, not too much actually on this one. And then a lot of hatching with the. This is the good stuff. This is where I'm like having the most fun on this page is just throwing on all this hatching. The only thing I think is that I didn't put any veins in there. I probably should have. But like once this thing was done, I thought of the veins after this was done. Once it was done, I didn't want to mess it up. Not even throw on veins. I'm like, man, this is just too much. This is too good how it is. I mean, hell, it's the screen cap for this episode, right? There you go, a little more ink. Some inexplicable shadows here. I don't know what that's about. Where it almost looks like he's got like chevrons on his shoulder there. It looks cool. It looks like a stylistic element, but I don't know why it's there. And then, yeah, more cross hatching. And then just some designs in the background. Not even designs, just like some geometric shit going on. To kind of indicate that a background could be casting shadow. Maybe this is equipment. I don't know. I'm not going to draw it, though. And there's some tubes and some wires and stuff. There we go. And a bit more cross hatching because I'm not quite done with this panel just yet. I guess now I am. Okay, fine. Well, that all went extremely well. So let's stick with the brush for a while. And yeah, this stuff just goes super quick. I get the nice thickness I'm looking for on it. Like right away. Didn't translate to good hair right away, unfortunately. And let's get the brush in on the Clerg guy here. And that makes this guy take like no time. And give him like a Godzilla 1999 profile here with the super heroic chin. Some extra stretchies here and there. There we go. Now just get in there with the Pigma. Yeah, it's not a bad method for speeding things up, really. And then I like the treatment on the muscles here with the Pigma. Going like just ham with the cross hatching. And I had to point out over and over that Popo's extra long headband tail is present on this page because it will be important in the next issue. I did forget on the bottom panel here, but I'm not fucking with that bottom panel. I love how that bottom panel looks. And all sorts of textures all over the Clerg guy's face here. And forgot about the drool, so just add a little bit of spittle flying. Pretty good. Oh, and that's what I forgot to hit record on. Like, way to fucking go. Nobody would want to see that, right? Ah, well. It didn't take too long. I mean, this is maybe like 10, 15 minutes worth of drawing, so it would have been pretty quick, but yeah, sorry about that. And then just like add in some textures and shit. I kind of like the Styracosaurus spines he's got going on. It makes it look kind of like a samurai helmet, a little bit. It's a neat look. And not bad for, just evil looking alien. But since we've been going through the image issues, and I've had to see what people's, you know, last minute version of an alien looks like. And it's usually a dude, and they go to Brian Murray and they go, "Can you color this a little different, maybe, please? He's supposed to be an alien." I go, "Okay, fine." So we can avoid that at least. And then get in there with the brush and just trim away at the sides. Yeah, that keeps dropping down, doesn't it? Just keep trimming away at the sides of this panel, so that there's some space to fill here with the clerk captain, but it's honestly not a lot, actually. Popo's taking up a fair bit, and his stuff's fairly easy to draw. And it's a smaller drawing here, so I'm not using the brush as much on the face here. And then just get in there to do the textures again. And of course, this is where all the time is going to be spent on the face here. Just straight up monster looking shit. And yeah, gave him a Colossus arm because why not? I think I did that at the end, somewhere in the last page there. And then the other one has sort of a mechanical shoulder, but it doesn't really look like it. I'm going to have to be more in depth in some sort of future panel because it doesn't, I don't know, it just kind of looks, I guess it kind of looks like it's armored. I don't know. Not very well. A bit more shading in between the lines here. Good stuff. And very tight looking shading too, which is always fun. So now, that's pretty much done now, right? So I decided to throw in some stuff behind them here. It wasn't really there in the pencils, or it wasn't a plan. But it's like, yeah, you're getting away with not drawing any backgrounds, but now it's starting to look like you're trying not to draw backgrounds. We don't really need that. So this stuff here, this would be like the tables behind the captain here. This kind of, but then I put a light patch next to his head for no reason where there wasn't one in the panel before. And I was aware of doing it the whole time. Just be like, I don't know, this is just kind of funny to me. Like, the artist forgot in between panels what texture he was putting back there. He was just filling space. I don't know why that shit strikes me as funny. It just does. And then, I gotta put it in there. Yeah, I decided to put some floor panels on. Looks okay. Didn't need much in terms of a few lines. And then a little bit of paneling for the apparatus he's strung up on. And that should just about do it. So yeah, that was maybe one of the quickest pages I've had on here. Also looks pretty good though. So let that be a lesson. Just don't take any time on your pages. They look better when you rush everything. That's the word of the day. Yeah, no, I like this one a fair bit. Next one, actually, I think I'm just about out of thumbnails. The first issue I thumbnailed pretty faithfully, and then this one I thumbnailed up until like this point, and then I just didn't. I kind of forgot to keep going with it, I guess. I don't know. I should probably go through and thumbnail the rest. Maybe that's what I'll do with the rest of my day here. That seems like a good idea. But thanks very much for watching. And this is going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the notification so you know when I drop the next one. Go over, follow me on Twitter. More importantly, go subscribe on Patreon, because I need your help to get Blood Force out on the shelves. And that's where you're going to see all the Blood Force content. That's where you're going to see all these videos dropped as soon as I make them. So it's well worth the money there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.